coffee and I'm going to show you guys a bunch of hairstyles that I love to use to make it look like I have my life together when really I have a bajillion things going through my mind and my hair is just one of them. At least my hair looks good. I used to straighten my hair all the time to the point that the tips of my hair have turned brown because I fried off all the pigment with my straightener. And now using these hairstyles have really helped me to lean into embracing my curly hair. Most of them can be done within a minute and I hope you enjoy them. The first hairstyle I love is using my claw clip. It gives like a kind of jellyfish updo. It almost looks like a high ponytail, but the ends are a lot more curly and it's a bit more floofy. So I do feel like it looks like a jellyfish. First, I'm gonna take out the two strands of my hair to frame my face, otherwise known as my feelers, which people have called it because I'm always like fiddling with them. And then I'll take the rest of my hair and put it up into a ponytail. Very floofy at the back right now. But it's kind of good when you have floofy hair for this because it's gonna cover the claw clip. Next, I'm going to just twist it and then bring it to the front and clip it. And then I flip it back. Oh. It was kind of crazy, but you just have to arrange it now. These bits that are sticking out, I'll grab them and then I'll just bring them to the back and pin a very small bit of it. Because the hair is curly, they kind of stick together. So I don't have to pin everything back like that. It looks so much better already. And I really like the poofiness on top. It lengthens my face so that it makes my chubbiness a little less. I noticed that compared to these strands, this strand is sticking out a lot more, so I could just pin this one in a little bit right over here. I love this one, it's so good, it's so fast. The beauty of this is allowing it to be slightly messy so that you don't have to feel like a perfectionist and then you'll be spending like tons of time on your hair. Okay, I'll show you the back. This is what I mean by jellyfish because the tentacles are just like hanging out over here. I noticed that my feelers are a little straggling a little bit. So I am just getting my Eco Style product here, taking a little bit, and I'm going to run my fingers through this. This one is a little bit frizzy, I find. The curl looks really odd, but it'll get better as it dries. I've been trying to stay away from heat so that I don't destroy my hair. Also, if you have a black claw clip, it's really good for this look because it's going to blend into your hair, or I mean if you have blonde hair, then a blonde claw clip. Also, I noticed if you have flatter hair that day or if you have thinner hair in general, a smaller claw clip will work really, really well, especially because you have less claw clip to cover. But I personally have broken all of mine because I use them a lot and I brought them with me everywhere I went and somehow I broke all of them. So now I'm left with this one. For the next look, we're gonna do a variation. Instead of grabbing everything, we're gonna grab just the top half. This is when you want a huff up, huff down look, you know? And some people just like that better because it will look like you have more hair from the front. I'm just twisting it and then bringing it up. My hair smells so good. This is also when you really want to go in with those smaller claw clips because this is kind of big for this look. At this point, you're gonna have a little poof at the back. Kind of looks like you have a top knot, but it's not because from the side it's a little more textural and I like the way that it cascades down. Let me show you from the side. Just imagine that the claw clip is black. And if you feel like the sides are flying away and being like all over the place, you can bobby pin them in and they will cover your claw clip really nicely. Sometimes it does look a little bit sparse on top. Too sparse to cover this claw clip. It's probably better if you have one that doesn't have these two pointy things. I'll put a claw clip on the screen that will work well. You know, it just needs to be completely curved at the ends. It might just be me being really lazy, but these hairstyles are so efficient. They make you look good, they make you look put together. It's just a little bit of effort for a lot, you know? Woo, my hair looks so fuzzy now. The next look is when your hair is looking a little fuzzier. I'm just gonna take 4 bobby pins here and 2 on each side. So I'm gonna grab all this hair here and pin it back. Oh, This is not easy with these nails. I did Tanghulu nails, and especially this strawberry Tanghulu in the middle finger is getting in the way of me using my hair clips, my hairpins. Look, I can't really grab their hairpin properly. I have to improvise with my other fingers. It's so ridiculously simple. It stops it from looking so messy, especially when your hair is being frizzy. And that's it. That's so fast. Personally, I don't really love looking too childish, like a little kid with 2 ponytails, but I do like looking cute. And this to me looks very cute and feminine. It's just enough to give you the oomph on the side, but not full-on out ponytails. And you can easily dress this up. There are variations of this look that I really love. The first one is being intentional with how you put your bobby pins here, doing a little crisscross. It just makes it look even more special, you know? Also, you could use stylized bobby pins, like this one is gold with a little fake crystal on top. Watch me struggle with my Tanghulu nails. I also do a variation of this, instead using these clips. They look like little flowers and they're white, so it gives a nice contrast to my black hair. Oh. Even faster and easier than the bobby pins actually. It's also really good because when I just want to do my skincare videos and get rid of my fringe or my framing pieces, I can just do that and I'll have free access to my whole face. Ah! I just threw all my bobby pins everywhere. I'm brushing out my curls at this point because it's getting a little frizzy and knotted, because it's fine. We're going to be doing braids, which are very, very good, especially when you're at that point in the week where you're like, oh, I don't think it's time to wash my hair yet, but I also don't want to put more product in my hair. So yes, now we are braiding, and this is a very cute braid that I learned that I really like to do. It's a side braid that lets you have some volume at the sides of your head, and it still seems like you have hair because it comes down to the front. Grab a little bit of hair from the sides. You want to make sure that it's not too much so that you can get the ripples on the side of the head. You're going to separate this into 2 and then start twisting it front to back. Grab some hair, front to back. Grab some hair, front to back. Now I only really do this until it hits my ear, and then I will just tie this here. I'll repeat on the other side, split into 2, and then front to back. Okay, cute. I like this oomph that it gives me. This is so cute, it can be a hairstyle too. Okay, now I'm going to French braid the back of my hair towards the right side. If you don't know what a French braid is, here's a very basic explanation. A French braid, you take a bit of the outside and you bring it in, take a bit of the outside and you bring it in, and you repeat it all the way down. We're gonna do that at the back of my head, and we're gonna incorporate these 2 strands as well. Splitting my hair into 3 sections, I took the right section and crossed it over into the middle, and taking what used to be the middle section to be the right section now, and then I crossed the left section into the middle. Then I let go of the right section and grabbed more hair to make the right section bigger before I crossed it over again. And then you can see I'm just repeating myself. I'm letting go of the left section, grabbing even more hair and bringing it over to the middle section, and then letting go of the right section, taking even more hair and then bring it over to the middle section. You get it, right? Keep in mind the braid is going to be straight and then curve to the right. Once you reach the height of your ears, you want to untie the hair tie and incorporate it into your French braid. Make sure to incorporate the whole bundle of hair at once so that the ripple design you see at the front barely changes. I'm just being extra careful here, maneuvering it towards the right while keeping the hair on the left still tight in the braid. And I incorporate the bundle of hair on the right when the braid is at the front. It honestly looks like a squirrel's tail to me because it's so fluffy. So because of that, I don't French braid it all the way down. Although you could, I mean, it depends how good you are with braids. I know that not everybody can do braids very well, but I am more comfortable with doing a fishtail braid down here, which means that I just split this into 2 and then I take the side and bring it in. I just prefer the way it looks at the front. It's a personal preference. You can always braid it normally down. I find especially for my curly hair, when it's so fluffy, it's really hard to braid it normally down. It's much easier to do a fishtail braid. It's also important that you're really intentional with how you're placing your braid as you're plaiting it down, because if you braid it like this, or if your hair is like way down here and you're braiding it, it's gonna come out like this because that's just the way it was shaped too. So make sure that if you're braiding it down, hold it down while you're braiding it. And then you can loosen a little bit if you want, just to make it less tight. And that's my braid. I care way more about how the front looks than how the back looks because this is what people are looking at when they talk to me or when I'm talking to you. That's why this is what really matters to me, but I'll show you the back for this. I think this is so cute. I love it. Okay, if you don't love the poof like I do, you can always bobby pin it. It's super easy. Just push it down and just pin whatever you can in. You can see my poof is much less now. And you can barely see the bobby pin. It depends what you like, right? Do what you like. You could do a variation to that with 2 plaits instead. It's even simpler. First, split the hair into 2. I'm just gonna use my bobby pin here. It's called being resourceful. Now that they're on the sides, I'm just gonna take a little bit of hair here and split it into 2 again. And remember, we want ripples. So I'm going to be only pulling from the front this time. All the way down. And then we wanna start French braiding this. So I take hair from the back and add it as my 3rd strand. And hair from the front, hair from the back. And I'm making sure that my plait is being braided close to my neck because that's the way that I like it to look. And once I have gotten everything, I'm gonna French braid it all the way down. This poof here is much more manageable to me than the previous poof of all my hair, so I will French braid it all the way down. It also doesn't really get caught in each other as much, which is fantastic. Now that my hair is like this, I will pull it out a little bit to make it more relaxed. So cute, so fun, and very good to fidget with, honestly. Now I'm gonna share with you some tips that I use for my hair in general. I'm in my washroom and this is the trick that I use to see the back of my head. If you're lucky and you have 2 mirrors, you just need 2 mirrors that actually can face each other. Here and here. And this is how I usually do my hair. I basically look at my head like this, and then I plait it down so that the back of my head looks good. If you have 2 mirrors like that, you definitely need to try it out. I just hope that you guys can see the back of your head. I know some of you guys didn't watch the whole video and you probably skipped through it. If you're at this part and you have semi-curly hair and your feelers or curls are just not curling and they're kind of frizzy, I find this to be so useful. It's the Eco Style styling gel. Just put it on your curls, and once it dries, it will not be frizzy anymore, and it's also not, what do you call it? It's not stiff when it dries, which is fantastic. It looks so natural. It's almost like you didn't put any product in your hair. I have messed up my hair so much, I'm going to be wearing braids for the rest of the day. I do want to share something with you guys that's very personal to my heart, is that I used to hate having curly hair, and it's because I couldn't figure out how to style it properly, and I hated that it always looked so messy. And I realized that my curls give me volume, texture that I wouldn't get with other types of hair. You know, you just have to play to your strengths. And I think that's really important when you're doing hairstyles for yourself. Now I really love my curls. They have given me so much to experiment with, and I've learned a lot along the way. Enjoy your hair journey, and if you guys like this video or if you found any bit of it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!